Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining. We're just going to give everybody a couple minutes to keep letting people in. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hi, everybody. My name is Christy Capps, the marketing manager here at DaVinci Lock. We are thrilled to have you here as we introduce our newest innovation, the G.O.A.T operator access technology. In just a minute, I'm going to hand it over to our co-founder, Brad Minsley. He's going to walk you through why we created the G.O.A.T, how it works, and how it will benefit your facility. There'll still probably be a couple people trickling in here and there. We're also going to have time for Q&A at the end, so feel free to drop any questions that you have throughout the presentation. You should see a Q&A icon at the top of your screen. Brad, if you'll go to the next slide, I'm going to quickly run through just some exciting events we have upcoming. So March 12th to 14th, we will be at the SSA National Conference and Trade Show in Orlando, Florida. We would love to see you there. We're in booth number 206, so feel free to stop by and say hello. March 25th, we'll also be doing another DaVinci webinar, the DaVinci Difference, a smarter way to manage self-storage. You guys will be receiving an email at the end of this webinar where you'll be able to sign up for these upcoming events as well. April 17th, we're going to do a DaVinci webinar as well, which is how you can profit with DaVinci. And then April 22nd, 25th, we will be in Las Vegas at the ISS World Expo. So let's jump right into it. Handing it over to you, Brad.
Yeah, sure. So everybody, welcome and thank you for attending. Really excited to share this new product we have with you. We're calling it the G.O.A.T Operator Access Technology, or the G.O.A.T for short. It's a little picture of it right there. You'll notice as we get through this presentation, it is one piece of hardware and super simple. That's me. You all know who I am. Just want to disclose that I wear two hats. I am both 10 Federal Self-Storage and DaVinci. 10 Federal Self-Storage, we operate about 100 facilities. We've kind of been maybe an early mover in the unmanned automated space, and we have created technologies along the way to support that, DaVinci being one of them. As I move into what is DaVinci today, we've actually started to rebrand DaVinci Lock to DaVinci Solutions because the platform has evolved past just a lock and is now a full access system for your facility. And that has three key components: the lock on the left, which most everybody I think might be familiar with if you're on this call. We did that to create a way to get to self-serve, allow customers to self-serve, because in our world, automated, nobody's there on site to help that person. But we found it's helpful even in manned stores. You're generally unmanned 16 hours a day, even if you have a manager on site. And it's been tremendously successful. That little lock now is in about 1 out of every 7 stores in the country, including every single public storage out there. So really excited about the traction it's had. The G.O.A.T will operate your gate. It can also operate doors that have controlled access. And then to tie it all together is the Tenant Connect web app. This is customer or renter facing. We were very intentional about how we built that. We didn't want to give customers yet another app to download from the iOS store or Google Play Store. So all they have to do is scan a QR code. If any of our customers have ever been to a bar and opened up that menu on the QR code, then they can easily access the Tenant Connect app. And it may be small on your screen, but you can do everything you would expect on this thing. You can make payments, you can rent a unit, you can contact your whoever's customer support in your world, rent a space, and also move out, which is pretty unique. I don't think many of the other apps out there have move out, but that's pretty cool. Renter is prompted to take a photo of their unit, and then that gets sent internally to you wherever you are to process that move out, or you can even possibly have it connected to automatically move the renter out and put that unit back in available status if that's what you want. But pretty novel functionality there. And then for today's conversation, it is what drives access. You can open the gate with it. You can get the unlock codes with it. So it's really a full access platform now. But let's get into the G.O.A.T itself. So, at 10 Federal, in partnership with DaVinci, we are always working to try to make the customer experience better and to lower our operating costs. And gates have been a challenge. I think we have all experienced the unreliability sometimes these gate systems have. They tend to be complex with a keypad, a microcontroller, miles of cabling that you're pulling, and Ethernet and internet connectivity. And I'm especially sensitive to it because with running unmanned facilities, we don't have anybody there. So I need that thing to work reliably. And I'm always in favor of reducing cost. So we took a really ground up, zero-based approach to building the G.O.A.T. And we started with what is the fewest minimum amount of components do we have to have? And we've distilled that down to that little tiny box. It's about it's about the size of 2 pieces of white bread stuck together. And I think we're even going to get smaller in future iterations. And why is it different? Like, what are some of the major things that are different? Number one, no more keypads at all. The phone, your renter's phone, becomes a keypad. Number two, you're not even using the keypad on the phone. We're moving past keypads. Keypads are a terrible security threat, and I'll tell you why. When we studied our system using keypads, we found that 90% of our facilities had an entry code between 1960 and 1980 because people use their birth year. And that's probably true at your facility too if you use a 4-digit code. So 90% of the facilities out there using a 4-digit code can be accessed in 20 tries or less, just entering numbers between 1960 and 1980. Like that's just terrible security. So what do we do instead? So when they scan that QR code, you see a mock-up of it here on the fence, and this is how we do it at 10 Federal, for example. We put the QR codes on the fence, and we actually put them on the old, we cover the old keypads now with these QR codes. The tenant pulls out their phone, they scan that QR code, and it immediately launches Tenant Connect. And the reason we have so much security with this methodology is that we send you, we prompt you, enter your cell phone number, and then we send you the one-time password. You've probably heard of OTP. So we send you a text message with that little security code, and we then validate you're actually working with the cell phone that you say you are. So we know every single cell phone number, which effectively associates with every single person that's trying to access the facility. Way better than that keypad methodology. And so once they're OTP verified, then they can move forward towards hitting access and open gate. And then the cool thing is that every time they come back in the future, they don't have to go through that process again, because we also use what's called single sign-on, SSO. So you sign on once, and once that smartphone is known, you don't have to re-verify it. You unlock it with your Face ID or whatever, and now you're effectively verified. And so the next time they scan that QR code, the gate just opens immediately. There's nothing, no additional verification that has to happen. Now, let's just say, I am the primary renter, and my brother is going to come access my unit. I'll give him a gate code. So you say, hey, wait a second, Brad, you just said gate codes are a terrible security flaw. Well, this is how we continue to maintain the security. So if my brother Cliff is going to use my gate code, he's going to scan that QR code. He is going to enter his cell phone number, do the OTP verification, so we know his cell phone number. But the system's going to say, wait a second, we don't see you, Cliff. You're not a tenant here. And then we present Cliff, in that case, a digital keypad, and he can enter my access code I've given him, and then the gate will open. But we're tracking his cell phone. We know that he was the person to come through there, which is way better than somebody being able to just pluck away at your keypad at your legacy system. So better security, because we're down to just that one little box, right? That thing it goes inside of your gate meter. You pull off that shroud, you connect this thing. And when I say connect it, it has 4 wires. That's it. 2 wires to pull power off your gate motor, and 2 wires to trip the relay. And it uses cellular internet. And it's not just cellular, it's an intelligent form of cellular. So when it's sitting there, it's going to find it can switch between any carrier. So it might be on AT&T, and if AT&T goes down, they'll switch to Verizon. If Verizon's not good, they'll switch to T-Mobile. It can go to more carriers than I've ever heard of. And it can toggle between networks. So if the 4G network goes down, it can go to 3G or 2G or LTE. So highly, highly reliable form of cellular, which is pretty reliable to begin with. So we solved a lot of the deficiencies we saw with legacy systems. And this slide kind of just recaps a little bit what I was just telling you there. But one thing I want to point out is we built it to be able to operate in parallel with your existing system. So if you're on storage and you have a PDK system, no problem. You can install the G.O.A.T and you can still have PDK working. So you could leave your PDK keypad up, customer comes, they can hit that keypad, no problem. But you can also put the QR code on the fence on your vehicle gate, and they can start using the G.O.A.T that way. Runs in parallel. So you don't have to take any leap of faith with us. You can leave your existing system in place, try the G.O.A.T out. If it works for you, great. I think we're going to be able to provide better security and ultimately a lower cost. I'm going to click this next little slide. It's a little video that the team put together that kind of shows you this in action. This will be the first time a person accesses the facility, and we've cut out a little bit of OTP just to keep the video short for you, but I think you'll get the idea. So you can see there the person's scanning that QR code. That's going to immediately pull up Tenant Connect. They hit access, they hit open gate, gate opens. It's really as simple as that. And so what are we doing right now? What are we asking of everybody? So we are bringing this out right now for the next 2 months in what we call beta. So we're looking for folks to give this a try. We're using it at 10 federal facilities. We've got several other operators that have been trying it out for us. But I want to get a couple hundred of these out. And so we're offering a little bit of a special deal. Right now, we will send you the G.O.A.T for free. We'll install it for you for free. We'll give you all the way through March and April subscription free. After April, if you like and want to keep using it, it would be $59 a month. And we just want you to try it. We really are looking to get your feedback on it and see what you think. We are able to support Store Edge and SiteLink as of today. We'll have a lot of additional FMSs supported in the coming months. And long term, I can tell you right now, I don't believe we'll ever sell the G.O.A.T for more than $500. And we have a deal cut with a national installer to install the G.O.A.T anywhere in the country for $450. So if you're a single gate operator at a facility, you're never going to pay more than $1,000 for, as far as I can see right now, to install one of these and be off and running. You do have to have a DaVinci subscription. You can do our basic, plus, or premium. That's $20, $50, or $100. And that just gets you the Tenant Connect, and it also gets you all the functionality of the DaVinci Lock if you're not using that already. But I'm going to turn it back over to Christy. I'm sure we've probably got some questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer as many of those as I can today.